Hello, hello, hello. I am the Linux Mench. Today, I'm going to show you how to verify an Arch Linux ISO. And I'm going to do it in Arch Linux and in Linux Mint Debian, LMDE. So, let's get to it. So I'm in my real bare metal computer in Arch Linux with the awesome window manager. And I've already downloaded the Arch Linux ISO, and it's in my downloads folder. But first of all, what I want to do is open up my web browser, and we're just going to type in, well, here, archlinux.org. Okay, and I guess the first thing you're going to do is go to download. And see here, they released a new ISO on June 1st. And of course, the new ISOs are only for brand new installations. It's not for updating your system. You just update your system through the regular process of updating Arch. So you can see this ISO is June 1st. So what you're going to do is go down to a mirror, and you're going to go down to the bottom. Well, I'm in Canada, but if you're in the United States, you're just going to pick a mirror and download it. The ISO, that is. So I've already done that. And the next thing you're going to do, now the thing is that, let's just go here. Let's just pick a mirror. I'm not going to actually do the download. Let's just pick a mirror. Let's pick constant. So if we click on constant, there's all these ISOs, right? So this is the one I downloaded. You can see, and you know what? Let's make that a little larger. There we go. Make sure my face is not in the way. So this is the one I downloaded. It's over a gig now. Now the Arch ISO used to be, I don't know, 800 megabytes. One time it was like 700 megabytes and 800 megabytes. It's growing. So now it's over a gig. It's still, well, it's just over a gig. It's still smaller than other ISOs for other Linux distributions, but it's getting a little bigger. So this is the one I downloaded. Now, in here, you can see you can also download a signature right here. The second one, you can download this second signature, but as you can see, I didn't download it. And you can also download the B2 sum text and the SHA-256 sum text. But again, you can see I didn't download them. Because what I like to do is I don't like to download the signatures or the sum text from the mirror where I get the ISO. I prefer to download the signature and the sum text from the Arch Linux website rather than from the mirror. And I think it's a little safer, but I'm not really sure. I could be wrong. Okay. So like I said, you can see I didn't download them from the mirror site. I just downloaded the ISO. Then what I do is I go up to the top and I just scan down and I download the signature from here. So let's download it. It only takes like a split second to download it. Okay. Then I also download the SHA sum text and the B2 sum text. So let's click it on. Oh, and we don't want it to be like that. So what I'm going to do is, you don't close this because it's going to close your web browser. Just backspace it. I'm going to right click the link. I'm going to save link as. And I'm going to go down my downloads folder and I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to do the same for the B2 sum text. Save link as. And I'm going to save it. Now what I'm going to do is go to another workspace and I'm going to open up PCman FM and I'm going to go to my downloads folder. So now you can see in the downloads folder, I have the ISO right here. I have the signature and I have a B2 sum text and a SHA-256 sum text. Now let's just go back to the website for a sec. So the signature shows that the ISO has a signature from the developer. The SHA-256 sum text and the B2 sum text verifies that the ISO was downloaded properly. There were no errors in it, and I think it wasn't tampered with. I'm not really sure. Like, I think the signature shows that it's a valid ISO and it wasn't tampered with and it has the proper signature on it. And the sum text show that I think that the download was good and the ISO was not corrupted during the download. Now, I could be wrong about this, so if I am, let me know in the comments. But of course, be gentle and be nice. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to installation guide. Click that on, and we're going to scan down. Now it tells you how to verify the signature. If we're not using an Arch Linux system to verify it, we're going to type in this command. Okay? But if we are using an Arch Linux system, we're going to type in this command. Okay? So really, this is the command we're going to type in. We're not going to type in this part because we are in the terminal. We are going to type in the second part, but you have to type in the actual month of the ISO you're using. So we're just going to do pacman-key space -v, and then we're going to put the name of the ISO. So let's go into a terminal. Let's open up Xterm, and let's make it a little larger. And I'm going to CD into my downloads folder because that's where everything is. So if we ls it, we can see I have the ISO, I have the ISO signature, I have the B sum text, and the SHA sum text. Okay, so first I'm going to verify the ISO. So I'm going to type in, well, I copied it, right? I copied this part because this part we're going to put in manually because this is not a real name of an ISO. So I copied this part. So I'm going to paste it in. That's the command. I'm going to leave a space. I'm going to just type in Arch. And you know what? That's a bit big, right? There we go. So that's what it's going to look like. So I'm typing in, and actually I didn't really have to type it in my system. I just type in the first few letters, I tab it, and it puts it in. So this is what the command looks like: pacman-key space -v space Arch Linux 2024 0601 ISO.sig. Okay, let's hit enter. And now it's checking it. And it's good. So you can see the signature was made on January 1st, 2024. There's the thing. The issuer was Pierre at archlinux.org. And right here it tells you it's a good signature from Pierre Schmidt. Hope I pronounced that right. Okay, so the signature has been verified. Wasn't that easy? Now it's a little more complicated if you're doing it in a Debian system, and I'm going to show you that after. So now we know that the ISO has a signature on it, but I want to check the bsum and the SHA-sum text. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Arch Linux website, and I'm going to backspace, and I'm going to go down. So we want to make sure these lines are in the ISO for these two texts, right? So the Blake one, they actually give you the command, but they don't for the SHA. Why? I really don't know. But I'm going to show you how to do both. So first I'm going to do the Blake one, because the Blake 2b command, look how long this is. Is that long or what? So what I'm going to do is show that first because the command is here. So I'm just going to copy and paste this in the terminal. Whoop, wrong button. Okay, so let's clear the screen and let's insert it. Let's see what happens. Now, so we can see this top line. Whoops. It's telling you everything is okay. But now you might be wondering, what's all this line? Failed to open and read. No such file or directory. Failed to open and read. No file, such file and directory. Failed to open and read. Warning, 3 listed files could not be read. Well, the reason is that I didn't download the ISO for those other files. So remember, this first file is okay. So the thing about this file is, let's vim into it. So I'm going to vim into B2 sum text, okay? So this file that we automatically downloaded, it has the B2 sum text for 4, right? For 4 different ISOs, but we only downloaded one ISO. So if you want to make it look clean, you could do this. Delete those and leave only the first one there. Let's save it. Let's do the test again. And now it's okay. Now it was okay before as well, but it could be kind of confusing if this is the first time you did it, because it's okaying the first line, but the other lines are all not okay. And that's only because I didn't download those ISOs. So in this text, they're giving you the B2 sum text for 4 ISOs, 4 different types of ISOs, but I only downloaded one. Okay, hope that makes sense. So now it's clean. Now I'm going to do the other one. So let's clear the screen. Let's do ls. And this time we're going to do the SHA 256 sum text. So if we go back to the Arch Linux website, they give you the command here for this Blake 2B, but they don't give you the command for the SHA 256 text. And I don't know why, but the command is almost the same. So we're going to go back to my terminal. So what we're going to do is type in SHA 256 sum, leave a space, -C, leave another space, SHA 256, and tab it like that, and we're going to hit enter. And there it goes. Now we have the same issue as before. It's saying the first line is okay, but all the other lines are unreadable, and it's the same thing. So let's vim it. Now you don't have to go in and delete those other lines. I just want to show you this so that it's a little bit more clean and clear and clarified. Okay, so let's vim into the SHA 256. So you see, again, there's 4 ISOs, right? See the bottom line is 4. So let's delete the second line, the third line, and the fourth line. And let's save it. Now let's do that command again. This is the command. I'm gonna hit enter, and it's okay. So this ISO is verified, the signature, and 2 different types of sum text. Now, if you're using my Zesh, well, if you downloaded my configuration files, if you're using my Zesh configuration file, you can do it this way. It's a little easier, but you're going to have to update the system because I changed my Zesh configuration file yesterday. So if you downloaded my configuration files a while back, you're going to have to go into, well, let's do it. You're going to have to go into the Mench folder. You're going to have to do a git pull, and it's going to pull down my files. And then you're going to have to go into CD, the Arch folder, ls it, and you're going to have to copy, well, let's do LL. And you're going to have to copy this zshrc, this .src. You're going to have to manually copy it into your home folder. So let's clear the screen. Let's get out of there. Let's go back to my downloads folder, and let's just ls it again. So if you want to verify the files using my updated Zesh configuration file, you could just type in Blake, and it's okay. Or you could type in, let's just ls it again, SHA, and it's okay. There we go. Now, how are we going to do it if we're in Debian-based system? Let's find out. Okay, so now I'm in Linux Mint LMDE. This is the one that's based on Debian, not the one that's based on Ubuntu, but it would be the same if you're using the one based on Ubuntu. And just to show you, let's do a neofetch. And there we go. We're on Linux Mint LMDE 6. So what I'm going to do is open up Firefox. Now I don't have the ISO here, so I'm going to have to download it. So let's go to Arch Linux. And let's just go down, because this is a virtual machine of Linux Mint Debian. I'm going to get it from this one. This is my link. So here we have it. We have all these different ISOs. Now, if you noticed earlier in the video, when I was showing how the two different types of some texts, they have 4 ISOs there, but we're only downloading one type of ISO, and that's all these here, okay? So this is the one I'm going to download. It's 1.1 gig. See, now this mirror actually, see, if you notice when I was showing you the one earlier in the video, that mirror was showing you the size of the ISO in megabytes. But this particular mirror is showing you the size of the ISO in gigs, and I like that better format than when it's in megabyte format. Right? I'm right, right? Yeah. Say I'm right. Okay, thanks. Okay, so let's download it. And it says it's only going to take a minute. Well, it's downloading pretty fast. Maybe I'll just cut a half a minute out. Look how fast. This is a good mirror. So this is TMM Workshop, and it's downloaded. So let's just go back. So I'm in the US, I'm in the mirrors in the United States, and this is the one here. So if you're going to download the ISO, you might want to try this one, tmmworkshop.com. It's really fast mirror. Okay, let's go back up to the top. So like I said earlier, I download the signature from here. I don't download the signature from the mirror. I don't know if it makes any difference. So let's download it here. And that only takes a second to download. And now let's go back. Oops. Let's go forward to here. Okay. So we use this bottom one in the Arch Linux. We're going to use this top one. And I'm going to go to my terminal. And let's clear the screen. Let's ls it again. So now I have the 2 files there. I have the ISO and I have the ISO signature that I downloaded from the main page of Arch Linux. So now I'm going to insert, and actually because it's GNOME terminal, I can use my mouse. Let's paste. Let's go here. Let's leave a space, and let's type in the ISO. And of course, so I just typed in the first few letters and I tabbed it. But you want the one with the signature. So this is the wrong one. So I could just manually type it in, period, SIG. Let's see what happens. See if it works. And there we are, it worked. So now we verified the signature on the ISO in Linux Mint Debian. Linux Mint LMDE. So here it is, it's telling you right here. Wait a minute, let's do this. It's a good signature from Pierre Schmidt. So now that we know the signature is good, we need to verify the Shaw text or the Blake text. So let's go back. So anyways, I'm not going to show you how to check the SHA 256 or the Blake 2B in this part of the video because it's exactly the same as what I showed you in the beginning of the video when I showed you how to do it in the Arch Linux system. It's exactly the same. So if you follow that procedure, you can check it here. The only thing that's different in Linux Mint in a Debian-based version is the way you check the signature. That's the only thing that's different. But the way you check these two, the SHA and the Blake, it's exactly the same, regardless of whether you're doing it in Arch or in a Debian-based system or in Void Linux. Okay? And that's it. In this video, I showed you how to download an ISO of Arch Linux, how to verify the signature, and how to verify the SHA 256 sum text and the Blake sum text. And I showed you how to do it in an Arch Linux system. And I showed you how to verify the signature in Linux Mint Debian system, in a Debian-based system. Now, the only thing that's different is verifying the signature is different in Arch Linux than it is in a Debian-based system, but verifying the SHA-256 sum text and the Blake sum text, it's the same, regardless of whether you're doing it in a Debian-based system or an Arch Linux-based system. So I hope you learned something today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I am the Linux Mench.